hard to believe that video is about 4 years old now. I think I made that for VWDLC Drag Days during COVID. Evening. How's everyone doing? I'm just waiting for Scott to get his end sorted, so hopefully everyone's okay. Let me know if you can hear this right, please, in the comments. I've got them up there for the moment, so I can hopefully see who's joining us for a little evening chat. Everyone's got the music at the moment, so just a couple of seconds behind. Josh Lightfoot's in the house. There he is. Lewis Simpson's there, Mint. A couple of people watching on Facebook, a couple of people watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching the YouTube channel as well. Loud and clear. Add to stage.
Here we are.
Hey up.
Are you all right, mate?
I'm not bad. Yourself? Look at you sitting in your race car.
And well, I'm just making noises, pretending. It's in pieces, isn't it, at the minute? So
it is indeed. It is indeed.
Oh,
First one of the year.
Yes, mate. Yeah, we haven't done this for a while, have we?
No. I think the last one we did. Well, the last one I did was obviously the Christmas mega raffle.
Okay. Yeah.
And then obviously being, I don't know, it feels like a late start to the year, even though it's not actually. Well, I suppose it is late, but the fact that Easter was so early, it's kind of thrown all the Run With Your Brungs out the way. Normally, we get a couple of Run With Your Brungs done, and obviously we start off like the first one in March, and I'm like, "Welcome to Run With Your Brung." It's all going to be road cars, and then the next one might be road cars and a couple of race cars, and then the next one's like people are starting getting race cars out of hibernation, ready for the season. But this year, because Easter was so early, it was literally road cars and then boom into the race season.
Yeah.
So, and now obviously
there's that many cars and they're just not ready yet as well. I mean, especially the front wheel drive boys. I think there's only Ahmed been out and Pepper had a go, Denny bless him, and it's everyone else just seems lacking now. I don't know what's going on. I think Door Slammers is the big one, and it's everyone's aiming for that. I mean, you look at the shootout this weekend; it's empty. But I think there's 11, 12 cars, is there something like that? There aren't many, is there?
It'll still be a good shootout, though.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit more interesting, especially with the likes of Chris Todd and that jumping in, and shame Jack Bowley's not in it because that would have really mixed it up a little bit. But you know, he's
definitely. But he's going on his quest for the 200 mile an hour, isn't he? I don't know if that's next week or something like that.
I thought it was Monday. I got a feeling it was the same as the test day.
It could be.
Yeah, brave man. I mean, I'm fanny anyway, but that don't appeal to me. Trying to go that fast, I just wouldn't feel safe. Not over that kind of length anyway. As well, it's fair play to him. It's going to be a spectacle, should we say?
That's it. I can highlight some of these, like Mr. Vos. I wish I could sit in my race car and make noises. One day, Mr. Vos. One day. But yeah, so Monday we're all good to go now.
Yes, mate. I mean, like I say, it was. Sorry, I'm reading the chats. We were struggling, but it's the same old every time. I try not to panic now because you just know everyone's going to dive on last minute. I was sitting there a week ago looking, and there's 31 signed on. And I'm thinking, no chance, it's just not going to happen. And all of a sudden, I think we're probably over 75 now. So it's. Yeah, people have just decided to sign in.
I'll put up the list. We got some quite good names on it. Do you know what the funny thing is? A couple of weeks ago, we had a couple of Run With Your Rungs, and we had a load of the BMW M series and stuff like that. And I'm just there going, "This looks nice. That's all right. That's pretty quick." And everyone's like, it's Tom Wrigley, and I'm like, never heard of him. He's massive. He's massive on YouTube and stuff like that, and I'm like, never heard of him.
Yeah, exactly the same. I mean, these BMWs, I think, as we're finding out now, I mean, yeah, they're coming in their masses, and I don't know, it's not my thing. I've got a BMW, was it diesel? I love it, but it just seems to be the new thing, doesn't it? And they're fucking fast as well. This is the thing. You can't say nothing about them because they're fucking quick. So yeah.
Well, like the entry for Door Slammers in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. At the moment, it's mostly BMWs.
Yeah. But the thing is that
Which
they'll
is-
drive to the track, do what they've got to do, and drive home. You know, they ain't trainer queens like most of us.
No, that's it. But that was one of the actual aims for Door Slammers, was to create inter-company like rivalry. So obviously the likes of this guy Tom Wrigley, who's got his company, who builds the BMWs. Then of course we've got like Chris Schmidt from Osprey Performance and Harvey Bogle and that lot. So those lot are going to be fighting against each other throughout the Door Slammers, and that's the whole idea of the event. Obviously, it's not just to have a great race; it's to try and encourage some of these companies to come out and take part.
Yeah, well, it's all about money at the end of the day, and it, like, you know, and Santa Pod needs that sort of exposure, doesn't it? You know, it was the only we got Melbourne, but obviously Melbourne's at the minute it's miles away from where Santa Pod is. So you know, we need that exposure at the track, don't we, sort of thing. So you know, and any kind of exposure for me is good, and keep it going. I mean, look at what Santa Pod have done over the winter with the draining in the fields and the new gates, and it's getting more professional than it, like, you know. So
the fields has been quite funny because they've dug up all these like tram lines throughout the fields. They've put all drainage in, and then I think like the day after they filled in, they put the mud and stuff back over whatever drainage stuff they've done. It rained.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, it looks like there's been some giant moles just going around the campsite because everything's dug up. Because they literally, I'm assuming they need to get like a roller in there and like compact the mud. But where it rained so much, they couldn't get anything in there. I think that was one of the main reasons when it comes to Easter. They were like, we can't get this in those fields to finish.
So, yeah, it's just everything's on the back burner for a little bit, I suppose, with that side of stuff. Because I mean, you can't even let anyone go on there, can you? Because it'll just kill what they've done. Surely the pipes will be sticking out the bloody grass, won't they? So
no, that's it. Oh,
right.
There's loads of people. There's loads of people signing on. Brad's in the house. Jacob, Carl, Dean Hyman says the BMWs are rapid. James Gould said he cannot wait for Monday. It's going to be epic. And then obviously, I woke up this morning at like 2 o'clock this morning, sat on the toilet, and looked at my phone, and it was like you saying, "Are you free on Monday?" I was like, "Yes, I can be." Well, so I skipped into work this morning, and I was like, "Not coming in on Monday. I've got better things to do."
Yeah, well, you know, it wouldn't be the same without you, Luke. Obviously.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, having you there, it just makes the day. Like, obviously, you know, it's not. I don't know. It's just the package in it. We've always done it together, sort of thing. So it just, I'm getting a bit soppy now, aren't I?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But and then of course we got Pudgy and Kieran there doing their media things as well.
Yeah, that's it. We've got quite a good mix. I mean, there is a fair few of these newer boys coming with these BMWs and stuff. There's even a guy with a McLaren coming along.
I saw that.
So that'll be interesting. That's through Osprey, Chris. So that'll be interesting. I don't think I've ever sat and watched one go down the track. So I'll be doing a lot of watching on Monday, obviously. So it'll be interesting.
They're pretty good. Yeah, it's is it JD Singh with a 675 LT?
Yeah. I don't know who he is. I mean, Chris just block books it, sort of thing, and sends the names over to me through Osprey. So a couple of little bikes coming along, and then these. I'm intrigued to see these. I know it's new school stuff now. These Yaris GR things.
The
guy, I can't remember the guy's name now off the top of my head, but he reckons it's over 600 horsepower. So I mean, 600 horsepower, 4-wheel drive. It's not going to weigh that much, is it? It should be interesting. So, yeah,
that's it. And then, of course, we'll all be looking forward to seeing Carl Jacobs back with the Mazda.
I
don't know Dave Reed on there.
I'll just class him as a Mazda. I'm not quite sure. He's got an EcoBoost in it. The Mustang engine, is it? The 2.3. Yeah, is that
what it is? It's so much. All I know, it was a GM power. Obviously, being American Opal sort of.
Don't quote me on it. That's what I'd heard. It was an EcoBoost, the 2.3, which is in the Mustang. I'm not 100%. That's just what I'd heard. So I've never actually questioned him. He's not on the chat or anything, is he? But yeah, and I think even last year on some of the test days he come out and he was only doing 60-foot pulls pretty much, weren't he? And he was spitting and missing a little bit, and then you'd see not hot lapping if anything, like. So but that's what the test days are perfect for, getting that time in. So yeah.
No,
yeah, I think.
Well, like you said, I think last year was all about setting up that clutch on the car, and the test day was perfect for it. And I know quite a lot of the people that are in the on the entry at the moment are racers that are doing championship stuff as well. So they're looking to do exactly the same sort of thing. Just use the day perfectly, get some tests in, because we've obviously got Festival of Power Reloaded. Or rescheduled, whatever it's called, coming up in a few weeks. So it's going to be good to see a few of them.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, I mean, I'm the same with my car. That was all I was planning on doing, is working on that 60-foot sort of thing and trying to get it out of the box if possible. But obviously, the track time that you get, you can afford to chill out, go and check your day, to come back around. You know how it works. It's pretty chilled. So yeah, see what happens.
How many more spots have we got left?
So we'll go up to 100 if it's available. So there was 74 signed on earlier on. So I can't see a lot more coming now, to be honest. But 70 but 80 is a good number. I mean, looking at some of the cars that are coming, they're not going to be hot lapping. So you've probably got, I don't know, half of that at any one time, really trying to hit the track, ain't you? So you know, the queue doesn't really get up that high, does it, as such?
Remind me how much it costs again.
110 for the day, which is unlimited runs. So that's for a driver and full crew. I do stipulate that I'm not bothered who drives the car. We just book the car on, basically. So there's only one car at any one time. And if you can keep it cool enough to keep it going round, then fair play to you. Because a lot of people struggle with that.
That's it. I quickly edited that because it was going along the bottom saying test day £100, and then I was like, is it 100?
Yeah, well,
no, quick, change that.
Yeah. No, so I mean, the obviously costs of everything have gone up. Santa Pod's costs have gone up. You know, everything unfortunately goes up. So you know, we've just had to put it up for this year. I try and keep it down as low as I can, but obviously because the cost of the track hire has gone up, which means like last couple of years it's been, well, first year it was like 50 and we get away with it. Then it was 60. Now it's 65. So I'm trying to really keep the numbers down, which we need to make the day happen, you know, and so, but I mean, it depends which way you look at it. I mean, you know, other events are expensive and you're not going to get the track time at those events. So it's sort of wherever you pitch your tent, really.
That's it. But like you said earlier, it's not a day full of road cars. It's a day full of race cars, and those race cars are not going to be hot lapping. So that's the good thing. Even with 100 people, it will spread out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even these BMWs that are coming, that a lot of them are serious. Like, you know, there's some of them 800-900 horsepower. They ain't going to be hot lapping. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of them moving on to slicks as well now because they're done with the road tyres. And you know, it's I mean, you're going to get the odd few who are just going to keep going round and round and round. But I mean, like I say, fair play to you if you can do that. Like, you know, get your runs in. So yeah.
It's Blue on Blue Racing. I can't remember the chap's name. He's got a Nova. I know that. He says, how many test days have you got on this year?
So there's just a couple more now. So there's one on the 1st of July, and then there's one, I think it's the second or third week of September. I think it's just after the GTI. Is it the GTI show where the Sports Compact is? It's after. I'll have to check the date. I can't remember. I think it's the 23rd of September. I think it is. But we tend to try and get them after. I mean, Fast Show's a bit different. That's more of your lifestyle show, isn't it? But the other two are following on from full race weekends where we've got a better track, which is what the goal is, to try and get the best track that we can. Obviously, this time of year, you're potentially always going to struggle for the best track. But you know, people always say the track, but then I've seen people go out in March and run PBs. So, you know, it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the guys at Sanderpod have worked on they scraped and relayed the first 300 foot over the
Yeah.
winter. I know that. I can't remember. I'm sure it was just the first 300, but there was a few lumps and bumps that they've attended to. So I like that.
Yeah, I
You
heard
just said you just said that the next test day is on July the 1st. So
Yeah.
that's good. So I shall hopefully be test day on July the 1st, and then I'll have to go to work on the Tuesday, and then I'm off to Malta on the Wednesday.
Oh,
Hard
nice.
life.
Happy days. And hopefully we'll have a bit of better weather by then as well. So, yeah, see what happens. Yeah. What's the latest with yours, Luke? I haven't seen. I haven't been on YouTube, to be fair. But I saw
How rude.
the clutch. The clutch was in and out, weren't it? But it was actually the clutch. What was it? Was it the pressure thing, weren't it? Whatever it was, the dampener.
Yeah, something like that. I copied and pasted what Mr. Vos wrote.
Right,
I have no idea what it was, but literally Jamie's in the chat. We couldn't get any pedal. We popped 4 slave cylinder things in the O2M box. So every time we did that, that meant the gearbox had to come out, and then put it back in and bleed it. And then we had that. So we had that. Plus we had the Magnus slipper valve in there as well. So we got lots of different anomalies that we're like, so what is it? Is it this or this or this? So we eventually put the original clutch pipework back on, and then all of a sudden the clutch pedal come back, and it was like, yes. So we looked at the braided pipe that we had made with this different dampener on, and obviously went, right, it must be that. So we deleted that little dampener, just put a little connector in there, and all of a sudden clutch. So yeah, I had hoped to, like, I was going to hopefully sign on for Monday, but then some cams come up for sale, so I was like, I'll buy them as well. And at that point, I've got the hybrid turbo and the cams, and Gordon was like, we really need to put on the dyno before we go and do that again. So yeah. Oh wow. So
happy
yeah, so
days,
I should be rolling into round 1 completely untested. So instead of my first run being just nice, gentle up the run, it's going to be first qualifier of the season. So,
yeah. So is that VW Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, there's this comp eliminator, and I've got to get this cage sorted. But I think that's what I'm going to head towards next year if the engine stays in one piece this year. Head towards that next year. I think if everything goes to plan, like just to sort of move up a bit, I suppose, just get that better track and that just bit. I don't know. I like the MSA events. I know there's all the rules and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, that's my goal anyway. Should we say? But
that's it. Good.
We shall see.
It is tough having to push people to go and do comp eliminator because that index is quite tough. Obviously, it's 920 to start off with. So that's automatically what you're aiming for. But hopefully people will see. Obviously, I do VW Pro at majority of the events, but when I can, I enter Comp Eliminator for the 2 FIA events at least, and go along. And I know I'm first round fodder, but I know I still get right. Those 2 FIA events, we probably get 9 qualifiers, so I know I'm getting 9 amazing runs, and then one knockout. Or if it's like last year, I was in Tom's car, and I ended up with a bye run in the first round, and then I went round and the head gasket went before I even got out of the burnout box. So I didn't even get me bye run.
Oh dear. Well, shit happens, doesn't it? Like, I mean, it's yeah. I don't know. It's just one of them things. And look at me snapping shafts, snapping bloody wheel bolts, and it just shit happens, doesn't it? Just how you come back, I suppose.
Hopefully we will have one of I believe one of the cars that is entering Door Slammers will be staying and doing Comp Eliminator as well. So and that's one of the best ideas is if some of these guys get their cars up to the class regs, then obviously they can come and do that. And then obviously there is Comp Eliminator around Europe. Sometimes it's called competition car. But it just gives us a chance of doing some more European style events where you get to race against our European friends.
Yeah. No, that's it. Like, it's just something different as well. And like you say, that index is shit for us, but it is what it is. You know, you've got to try. And I think Colin made sort of my mind up, and he was like, "This class is just about going fast. No matter sort of what you've got, you've just got to go fast." And I think that's the aim for all of us. And it really, you know, if you win a sports compact, brilliant. Like, yeah, but we're all here to go fast, aren't we? So yeah, we shall see.
Well, what we need, the more people that enter, the more chance we get of potentially one day getting another index. Because at the moment, the Beatles have been given 5 indexes, and they've got like turbocharged floor pan car, turbocharged tube chassis car, normally aspirated car, and stuff like that. Because there was a wide variety of these vehicles that were going to enter. I know Phil Norman's in the chat; he's entered, so that's one of the cars. But hopefully, maybe we'll get to the point like last year. People said, "Why did I enter with Tom's car, which was just a VR6 with nitrous?" And again, it was like, well, if we get enough of these cars, then maybe they'll make a nitrous index.
Yeah, this is the thing, and like I think we're going to have to prompt that thought, aren't we? Because otherwise, it's just not going to happen, is it? Like, it's why would they even think about doing it if no one's entering? Like, you know, and if everyone is just smashing the sports compact and pod and making their money, and it looks good, you know, at a lifestyle show, why would they change it? You know, so yeah, we shall see.
That's it. While we're chatting, just a reminder. This roll cage raffle has been going on for nearly coming on 3 months now. It's the longest raffle we've ever had. It's fair to say, I think this will probably be the last roll cage raffle we do on its own, sort of thing. We'll leave it in the mega raffle, but I don't believe that we've caged everyone, but it's just taken so long. There is 89 tickets left, which technically means like you can get 1 ticket for £7.50 or 3 tickets for £20. If we got 29 people that went and bought the 20 quid version, then we'd be done, and I can get this drawn. Santapod have already contacted me about Door Slammers saying, "Are you by any chance are you sponsoring the front wheel drive class?" I was like, not sure, because normally we obviously pay that with a Door Slammers raffle, and obviously at the moment I need to get this roll cage one done before we even think about potentially doing a Door Slammers raffle. So, but yes. While there's a few people on, I will show you the new T-shirt, and as usual, it caused a bit of controversy last week because I posted it, and people are like, "I should be on there. I should be on. My friend should be on there." And I was like, "Dude, there's 6. There's what? I think there were. I worked out there were." And then I was like, right. So when I make the T-shirt, I've got 16 countries. You want to try and represent as many people as we can, but obviously we'll always have a UK car on there because we mainly sell them at Door Slammers. So you've got to have a UK car on there, and then once I've chosen one color, I don't really want that color again, and also I don't want the same brand of cars because I showed like the list that I posted to Rachel, and I was like, choose these, and she was like, let's have this one, this one, this one, this one. I was like, well, you can't have that because you chose that one. That's 2 Hondas. I was like, well, this is not a Honda shirt. I want to mix it up. And she's like, what? I was like, you can't have that because now you've got 2 red cars. So we came up with a compromise, but I think it looks good. And like it's not finished yet. This is not the final version, but I'm just waiting on one final version from this. But essentially, the people who ended up on it are these. So hopefully you can see that from there. Danny Cockburn just bought 3 more tickets, so we're down at 86 tickets left. But as you can see on the front, right at the start, Rachel was like, "Well, you got to have Matty Davison on there because it's his wedding weekend," and I was like, "It's true, it is true." And I was like, "It's true." So I was like, yes, we could, but I was like, but if I put that Honda, then I can't have this Honda. I'll go in a bit closer on there. I don't know if that doesn't really make it any better, but obviously we got Petros on the top because he ran a 7 last year and he's number 1. So we got to have that going into the year. Terry's on there with the van, so that was our English option. And obviously, some people are, of course, you chose Terry because he does comp eliminator and stuff like that. I was like, well, yeah, he does comp eliminator. He does the shootouts. He went to Malta, so it's a very well known car. Then we've got the Honda Civic from Germany. That is our young lad Justin Hecht. Saw him in America when we were at World Cup finals. Literally bumped into them. The fucker. We've been following him since he was 14, racing in that car when it had a D
the
series.
really young one.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah,
that's it. And he's now into the 9s. And then when I bumped into him at World Cup finals, he's up here, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, you're big now. Then we got Zisco's car on there. Of course, we had to have Elshion's on there because he was the first car that ran the 7s. And then one of the cars that is coming to Door Slammers from Denmark will be, of course, what's his name? Soren Hansen with the 2JZ Toyota Starlet.
Yeah,
that's a cool car. That's a
the
cool
front
car.
end's like fucking massive. Like it's really wide.
Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, like the actual wheels are not even inside the body of the car.
Really?
They have an arch on the out. The wheel begins on the outside of the arch. So
wow. It'd be interesting to see then. Proper shaft snapper, especially at Pod.
He didn't break anything at Hellfire, I don't think. And he's raced that at events. Like I'm sure they've taken that car to Tierp. I know they're going to Malmo a lot. And where else have they been with the car? They've done a couple of races around Europe. Obviously, this is their first time coming to Santapod. Dennis Skibby come to VW Action, 2019, I think it was, and that was a 9-second Starlet. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to. Of course, we always do the sweepstake for Door Slammers.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be interesting this year.
I think Door Slammers. I mean, it's especially got these big boy fast cars now, and you like it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. To be fair,
it is. But at the end of the day, it's random draw. So
yes, I mean it is what it is. Yeah, you've just got to be in there, and that's the main thing. So yeah,
it was only because last year worked out really well, and let's say the majority of the faster cars managed to avoid each other all the way until semi-finals.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it's especially like obviously I watched Jamin's podcast the other day, like, and him and what's his name, David Lammick, which he's out to get him, isn't he? So that'll be interesting if they get a matchup, like, and I mean you just never know what's going to happen, do you? Who's going to get there? Semi-finals, quarter-finals, whatever. You just can't wait. It's such a good weekend, and it's brilliant.
It is. Nick John put me down for a sweepsake, but I don't want. Did you get yourself last year, Nick? I think I remember. I'm pretty sure you ended up with yourself. Sean Prout is in the house as well. There's another car that we're looking forward to seeing back this year. Supposedly he's going to be putting down the fishing rods, and he's going to bring the car back out. Happy
days. Yeah, I saw he made a bit of a statement the other day on Facebook about getting it to be back out soon or something, or the upgrade or something. But it's it'd be good to see him back out. Who else have we got?
Martin Dainty. My money's on the Pepper for the buy.
Yeah, he always gets it.
I like that. Hader says Door Slammers is the WrestleMania of drag racing. I would actually say it's more of a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's it. No, it's me good. So what's going on with your car then? Oh, so you're sitting in it?
Yeah. So obviously I was on the dyno when I had potential valve float issue, what Chris was sort of diagnosing it as. The problem is obviously my engine. You can't go and buy anything off the shelf directly for it, and if you can, it's all like NA stuff, obviously because it's not turboed.
Yeah.
So it's just making other things work. And I've tried a couple of other options, but for whatever reason, it hasn't happened. The caps that I bought were wrong sort of size, and they just weren't right. So at the minute, I'm on with it's Vauxhall boys, R&D Motorsport, who tune a lot of the VXRs. They're looking at doing some spring caps for me, some custom ones. If we can get them sorted, it's just got to go back together then, and then back on the dyno. I think I'm booked back in on the dyno the 26th of May. So the aim is for me's Vauxhall show. I'm going to miss Door Slammers. If it stays in one piece again on the dyno, well, I know, yeah. But to be honest, I'm not bothered because I love Door Slammers, and I've only been in it once, and it was a fucking nightmare. And I got knocked out first round, didn't I, by that fucking boss's name, Polish geezer, Peter Famella. That was a German. Nice guy.
No, Polish, yeah.
When I absolutely treed him, didn't I? I deep staged as well, didn't I? And I don't know if I meant to. It just happened, and then I got him off the launch, and then it just died. I had 5,000 RPM, and he just come round me. And then I tried to do it against Jamming, didn't I? And I absolutely made a schoolboy fucking error out of it, and I red lit, didn't I? And then obviously Ian in the shootout, I felt like a prick. Ian just went like, I can't see, man. He just went as in come back, because he knew I was racing Jamming, and Jamming, if he gets it right, it's going to happen, and it sort of thing. But I just felt like a dick, and I snapped a shaft anyway. And I was just like, fuck me, just take me out of it. I just wanted to just crawl under a rock and die. It was horrendous. But but yeah, Touchwood I'll be ready for the Vauxhall show, which is the sports compact one as well, isn't it? So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it'll be just testing and track time, to be honest, like, because of a few setup bits. My 60 foot's a shit. Best I did, apart from that 9.6, the one-hit wonder that I did, was the best I did was a 172. And as you know, to get in the 9s, 1.7's shit. It's just nowhere near. So yeah, but I don't know. It's me getting overexcited, everything else. So I'm going to try and dial it in a little bit better, as opposed to just giving it full fucking beans and hoping for the best. So yeah, we shall see.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Dan Marlton says, "Can I have the winner?" Oh no, that's Hayden. I'm assuming that is regards to the sweepstake. I'm assuming, Dan, you're going to be taking your car out the field and bringing it back for another race once again. I hope so. But there's definitely something. I mean, I keep nagging Batty. I want to see that car back on the track. I know he's been doing a lot of work at home on his house and stuff like that. But that's a cool car. And as Nick Shotton says, Dougie Gemmell hopefully will be back out again this year. So that's another good car. Who said about old?
There's a lot of big hits, isn't there? I mean, even like Andy Nichols. You hear nothing of Andy Nichols, then he just turns up out the blue, doesn't he? And that's a fast car as well. And then obviously you've got all the street races. I mean, where's Wendell? What's going on?
When Wendell went to Gordon's the other day, supposedly, he walked in and Gordon's like, "So what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm here to work on the car, isn't it?" He's like, "Okay." And then half an hour later, he's like, "I'm on board."
He's a chill guy. Okay.
It is. So yeah, and well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like Gordon every year, when I spoke to him the other day, because I was like, I need to get my car on the dyno. He was like, "Well, my schedule is like, we're coming up to the busy time now, because it's like he has a month booked for like pre-Door Slammers, and that is basically just working on all race cars leading up to Door Slammers. But then he's also going to he's going over to Brazil. No, not Brazil, to America, to the Fuel Tech Open house. So yeah, if you haven't already booked in with him, then you need to ring him real quick.
Right, yeah.
But I think the same with I think Chris at EFI, doesn't he close like the 2 weeks before? He's like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, like I say, I've tried to book in on a Sunday, and the earliest Sunday I can get is the 26th of May, which is after Door Slammers. So, I mean, I spoke to Laura the other day, and Laura said if you want to get in, it'll have to be a sort of ad hoc, and if Chris wants to do it, basically, because he's just fucking flat out. So, yeah, no, it's. I mean, we was up there the other week with Wayne in his Metro, and we had a bit of a drama on the dyno. I think a video will come out fairly soon. I don't know if anyone heard about it, but fucking hell, it was just a long day, and like, fucking, I felt sorry for Chris, and I felt sorry for Wayne, but ultimately the old Metro took a fucking nearly a 200 shot of fucking nitrous because the solenoid fucking stuck on the dyno, and the nitrous was coming out the intake pipe. And we were all literally panicking. Chris is going, turn it off. We're all running around looking at each other, and fucking, oh mate, it was horrendous. It was such a moment. And I think Beardy hopefully has got it on video of some description, and it'll come out. It'll be quite
some description like that.
Honestly, but I mean, fair play. The engine took it, and we were like, should we start it up or not? And Chris was like, no, don't start it up in the workshop because he fucking backfired.
Push it outside.
Yeah. So Wayne took it back, and he started next day. I mean, fair play. It's a Lee Connor built engine, and he checked the plugs, cracked it up, and away it went. And awaiting the next move of that one. But unfortunately, he's decided to have another child. So well, fortunately for him, he's having another child. So he's out for.
It's good that it still works then.
Yeah, the car's all right. Yeah. So
no, I mean his penis.
Well, there is that as well. I mean, yeah, apparently. So
Beardy says yes. We have the nitrous spraying out the filter and the full inlet covered in ice. I'm enjoying the series, Mr. Beard, especially the stuff on the dyno as well. Someone said to me, "Why didn't you think of that?" And I was like, because I know nothing about engines. And at least Beardy, he goes in, he talks about it, and then he gives you a description about stuff, and he tells you about what the engine's doing and stuff like that, and you learn stuff. Whereas I'll be like, it's fucked. This didn't work. I'll be like, no, it's no good. But the stuff is good. I'm enjoying it. And hopefully we're going to see some more of that. And of course, is Beardy going to be there on Monday? Do we know? Because he usually likes coming along.
That's the plan. Yeah, he's going to come down. I haven't spoke to him for a couple of days, but the plan is he was going to come down, and grab some footage of whatever he feels necessary. But yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. He helps you out as well. I mean, when I first went on the dyno with mine, I was shitting it like, and he just calmed me down. If anything, like a bit father figure like, and he just taught me through it. I kept saying to him, "What's Chris doing now? What's he doing?" Obviously, you're sitting there. I've built that fucking engine as well. I mean, I class myself as half competent, but like when you've got something there and you can hear going, "Bam!" the dyno, like it's proper loading it up, and you're just thinking, "Fucking hell, what's happening?" But I mean, Beardy taught me through it, sort of thing. So fair play to him and that. We was with Connor the other evening, and like he's helping out. Like he's a good guy. I think
Connor, as Connor says there, he's back on the dyno tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that does, and then hopefully we'll see that back out again real soon. What's the odds of Connor brought out that car last year, and we were like, I was like, this is cool, because I like the new stuff, but and the Hondas are nice and the VWs are nice, but when something comes out and I'm like, Astra Saloon, I was like, who the fuck would make that in a drag car? I was like, I love it. And then all of a sudden, like this year is Anis. He's got one as well that he's built.
Yes, so, it's a red one as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor actually, I've got that Belmont, haven't I? And it's sat on my drive. So obviously it's a Mark II. It's the earlier one, 4-door, and it's so tempting. I've got to have a cage put in this. I'm just like, shall I have a cage put in that? Or because they're just different, and I'd fucking love them. They're so cool, and it's nice to see something a little bit different. So yeah, and Connor's is clean as well. I mean, chassis wise, it's really tidy. But that car, obviously, as he said before, was a Dewhurst build, weren't it? It was built by Darren. So it's going to be of good ilk from Mr. Dewhurst, the standard he builds stuff at. So but he's another one, isn't he? I mean, he was out the other day. Was it 10-1 and literally no boost in it apparently or whatever?
Well, literally, if he had a half decent 60 foot, that would have been into the 9s already.
Yeah. So. Fair play to him. It's going to be interesting. So.
These are my favourite comments. Look at this. Luke, What do you drink? Anything. Anything. Hopefully that means Laudanis is thinking of bringing the Vauxhall Calibra to Door Slammers.
Okay.
That's what I'm taking from there. Is that
Front-wheel
he's
drive?
coming to Door Slammers? No, it's a 4-wheel drive
okay.
Calibra. He turned up at Door Slammers a few years ago. No, not Door Slammers, just the Run What You Brung. And I was just like, I've seen this, and then yeah. So hopefully, yeah,
because they reckon them Calibras, the shape of them. What's his name? Paul No Prep, I call him. Who does the rear wheel drive stuff? He's got one, hasn't he? Paul Marston, that's him. Yeah, and he says that the body aerodynamics of the Calibra is probably one of the best drag cars that you could get, just because of the aerodynamics of it. Never really thought about it, because the Vauxhall boys we used to just take the engines out and fucking scrap them. I've scrapped 4 or 5 of them. But if you actually look at it for a drag car, it's probably really good for aerodynamics as much as you get up the top end sort of thing. But
even for a front wheel drive car, I bet you that would I bet you 10 years ago I'd look at that and I'd be like that is way too heavy of a car. That's absolutely useless. But now I'm like, actually no, the long wheelbase of that and the aerodynamics would make it a really good car.
Definitely. I think we're used to the Corsas and Novas sort of thing, the Corsa Bs more so than the Cs. I mean, my car's fucking heavy for what it is. Everything's double skinned, it's a heavy car compared to Pepper or Mart's Nova. And I mean, I've cut bits out of mine, but there's not a lot really you can take out of it unless you go to the extremes like other people have done. But I don't know, that's not for me. But yeah, so that brings me on to Mr. Lightfoot with his Civic. Seeing that thing, it's absolutely mental. Oh yeah, I don't know where he's. I mean, he went to run in one of the shootouts a few years ago, but he didn't have a cage, did he? So I think they pulled him out.
Yeah.
And now he's got all the fucking cage. So
all the cage. He's gone for the Don of the cages. He literally, he's gone all out. In fact, we've got
here he is. He's in here actually.
I'm just trying to fit. He was the first one on this morning. This afternoon. Fuck knows. This morning. It feels like this morning. There's now a couple of cars that are full tube chassis. Of course, there's his. There is the chap with the Mark 1 Golf who's fitting the Honda Civic engine. Yeah. Petros's new car is obviously a full tube chassis. I think there's a couple more out there as well. So yeah, Tom King is in the house. Mariva's ready for Monday. We started building another, so we'll have 2 out next year. Does that mean we're going to see Tom and Kelly racing each other?
Happy days. Yeah, it's class. It'd be funny to see that back out. Josh says be next year, all being well. Driver dependent.
What's that? Not just anything, but everything. I swear them lads drive. Yes, that wasn't me. I cannot claim to any of that. I get the fun part of working in Malta, which means I sit in the tower chatting shit all day, and I come stomping down at the end of the day, absolutely stone cold sober, and meet up with the lads who have been drinking for a solid 6 to 8 hours. They're all steaming, and then I just have 1 or 2, and people are like, "Whoa, you've been drinking loads," and I'm like, "I haven't. I've been at work all day." So I'll enjoy it. Oh, there you go. Adam Beard says comes in there. Anyone know of a big front-wheel drive car in the UK like Sam's Caddy pickup? Well, Sam's Caddy pickup is now gone rear-wheel drive because he's been buying all the parts to make it. Rear-wheel drive. He's going to put a power glide in it. Unfortunately, I think it just come to the point where he got a headache trying to work out all the front suspension and the gearbox and stuff like that, and was like, "Do you know what? Sod it. I'm just going to go in rear-wheel drive." How rude! Do you know? I just read that. So it started off with Mark 5 Golfs are heavy, and so are Mark 4s, especially with Luke in. It is true. It is true.
What happened to your old car? What was it called now? The silver one. Who's got it now?
The silver. That was Carl's car. Guy Foley's
Yeah.
got that, so he is. I think he's entered in the first round, or at least I
Okay.
saw a video on Team Bubble Racing of him and Jay's car both running.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah. Get you.
hopefully, yeah, that's another car that. Well, hopefully both of them will come and do door slam as well. But again, hopefully both of them will come and race throughout the
Yeah.
season.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's more and more cars. Yeah, because I think at the moment door slammers we're at what 28 cars.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have. I'm going to say I think we're going to have 80.
Wow. That'd be
That's where I'm
interesting.
going. I think we'll have a. My goal is to have a 64 car ladder with 64 cars making round one. Last year, I think we got up to. Did we get up to like 70? I'm sure we got up to 70, maybe,
Mm.
or late 60s, but we only had 59 cars make eliminations
That
because
was
we
it,
had
yeah.
a load of broken cars. So the
Everyone
goal
knew they
this
were going to
year
qualify.
is all 64 cars to be working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because isn't the Friday qualifying now that they said you can, as opposed to last year? Because I remember was it the Saturday?
Yeah.
And we queued like
I think because the amount
of
of
yeah.
I think because the amount of front wheel drive cars that were there last year, I know a lot of people enjoyed the Friday, and then on the Saturday there was so many because it was that Friday was test day and Saturday was qualifying.
Yeah.
Everyone was running Saturday, which meant the lanes were just chock a block. For us up in the tower, it didn't actually feel like it because the cars just kept rolling round and the cars kept moving, but I think there was just so many cars. And then of course the pro cars, they come out in like a group together and they have to have a little bit of track prep. So it felt like that they were jumping in front of everyone, even though they've obviously got certain time sort of thing to run at.
Well, you got the big bracket as well, didn't you? Obviously, that was taking obviously priority because it was an event, isn't it, on the Saturday? So that was one of the things, but just had to sit and wait, unfortunately. But for me, that was just one and done, and there's no need to push it really on the Saturday because you know that last year anyway you were going to be in the field, so it wasn't such a big thing. But if the numbers are there this year, it's going to make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, qualifier on the Friday.
Hopefully my car will be there.
Yeah.
Not with me driving, but
Okay.
hopefully someone's going to be driving it for me. I said to them, I was like, well, they were like, are you sure you want me to? You mind me having a go? And I was like, you can have a go. I was like, I can't promise it'll be fast. I was like, but I need to do round one first to see what it actually runs. So the only thing is that they're a lot lighter than me, so they'll probably definitely go quicker than me.
Yeah, I always see people like that said to me, "Have a go in my car," but I just couldn't. I'm a flapper anyway, like. But yeah,
Fuck that. Jump in, drive it. Ed Keach is in the house. He never let me drive his car. I kept asking.
That was the Saturday, weren't it, his car? Who's got it now? Wayne Waterhouse, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wayne Waterhouse. Yeah, he bought it, and then I don't know. He just put it up for sale again. So I don't know whether he got told off by the missus because he bought it and didn't tell anyone in the family. And I think he had to come out to the family as a Mark III Golf owner, and they were like,
It was stupidly cheap though. I mean, the car was cheaper than a cage. You know, I mean, if that would have been they're not my thing, obviously, but if that would have been a Vauxhall, I'd have been all over it just for the sake of the cage. Just mental prices, but yeah.
No, that's it. But again, there's a few more people coming in and out. Again, just a reminder, there is still around about 20 places available for Monday's test day if you want to come and join us. Of course, that's why we did this because we're gearing up, ready to go in Monday morning drag racing. So if anyone wants to join us, £110, gets you your racing and 4 crew coming to test. So if you want to join us, go for it. Of course, as we said, Hangar 30 roll cage raffle is still going. I think we've sold a few. So I think we're down to about 80 now. So there are like 80 tickets to go on that. So if you have not got a roll cage in your car, it's £7.50 a ticket or free for 20. And of course, it's a perfect way to get an 850 cage in your car. Or you can do like some of the people have done. They just buy a ticket, and if they win, they end up selling it on and making a pretty penny on the thingy. So if you fancy chancing 750, do that. As we said earlier, the new t-shirts, all of these t-shirts are now available in the European front wheel drive shop. If you hit the link for the roll cage raffle, which is in the description, you can buy a roll cage raffle and you can order yourself a t-shirt. They're all pre-order for Door Slammers. You can either click collect at pod, I think it is. It's on there as, which basically doesn't charge you anything, and you'll just pick it up at pod for Door Slammers, or you can pay postage, and it'll be posted out the days after Door Slammers. I think we got 2 or 3 days between Door Slammers and main event. Of course, the collage one is this one this year, which features Petros, Justin, Terry, Elshan, Zisco, and Soren, and Matty Davison on the front. And then some of the new t-shirts for this year. To be honest, I wasn't even going to do t-shirts this year because I've got no money, and it costs a lot. The t-shirts have gone up in price, and I was just like, you know, I haven't got the money to go put in t-shirts just for them to sit there and hopefully get it back. But then I decided to do something. I did, literally like that. The only thing is I ran out of hours at work, and then so I had 2 days off, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Let's do the t-shirts. So that's why I started it. And then I was like, well, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well do the other one. So hopefully we're gonna see a few people walking around with that one at Santa Pod from Door Slammers.
Wow.
I thought I'd put the voice as big as possible.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's not very kid friendly, but I mean, it gets to the point, doesn't it?
It's just moist. It's just moist. And then the girls said I didn't have enough for them, so there's a new one for the girls.
Quite good, yeah.
Says what it says on the tin. This one I haven't put on the shop yet, but it's just trying to come up with ideas for the girls. There was one that I come up with last week that I've not yet. It will come out later this year, but it is. This is for the girls, obviously, but boys can buy it if they want. But it says original drag queen, no nuts required. So try like winding up a few people, because there's still to this day people walk by and go, change gears, not gender. So that's a bit fucking rude, isn't it? And then Rob just goes, depends if you're a cunt or not, isn't it? He's like, I find it funny.
Straight to the point. Josh says if you got any t-shirts or hoodies on Sunday or Monday. I don't know if he's on about new ones or old ones, or.
I have got whatever's in the shop is what stock I've got. You're more than welcome to order them. If there's a specific t-shirt you like and it's in stock on the size, and if you order it before tomorrow, order it by tomorrow, and then just click at pod, then it doesn't charge you any postage. I can bring it with me because obviously I'm at Santa Pod from Saturday, so I've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm not planning on coming home. So if there's anything you want and it's in the shop, just click it, order it, and I'll take it to pod with me. I've got to slowly take it all back over to pod and put it in the truck at some point, but the truck's broke, so hence why it's all in the house at the moment, in the conservatory, with fucking oil-filled radiators around and keeping them warm.
Oh dear.
That's the joys of it.
Here's Mr. King in the house.
He had a wild one. Did you see that?
He had a moment. Well, Chris had a moment. Bless him again. Oh dear. I was a bit intrigued with that because obviously he's coming on Monday, but I don't believe they fully finished it. So is he just turning it up and having a go as it is?
I think they're finishing tuning at the track, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, he was still at what? Adam or Alan can say it was like 400 and something horsepower, wasn't it? So
yeah.
There you go. There's a plug for the twin engine coursing channel. Wait till you see the footage. Yeah. If you didn't see, I'm pretty sure Alan posted it. But obviously he had a blowout on the dyno at 139 mile an hour.
Wow. Yeah, that's a bit of a squeaky bum moment, isn't it? It's fucking. Oh dear, not good.
Martin Dainty says the T-shirt's going to be available for the wedding attire. Yeah. Do you know what I was just thinking? Have I booked the Thursday off?
You having a senior moment?
I must have, because I'm the priest. I'm the priest, so I've got to be there on Thursday. I'm ssure I booked the Thursday off because I'm sure I booked it off. Because, yeah, I'm supposed to be there, but also obviously we'll be setting up the European front wheel drive stall as well. So yeah, I didn't even think of that. I just double thought of that. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have. I'm sure I have. I know I have. Yeah, I've booked the Thursday off. I think I booked the Thursday off and then the week, because it's probably like last year. Most people just stayed at Pod for the week. I don't know if anyone's seen, but Santa Pod have actually done that as a punter thing, staycation. Yeah. So you can actually pay extra and stay on site if you're campsite, poverty parking, you know.
Yeah, where the riffraff are.
Yeah, that's it. We don't go around there.
I've been round there. I remember the good old days in a tent. Oh yeah,
we've done it. We've all done it. We've had some good fun.
Yeah.
We've had some good fun. Right. Yeah. Well, it's coming up to 9 o'clock, and 9 o'clock's my bedtime. Because contrary to belief, Mr. Wayne Keegan's, I do work, and I work fucking 14 to 15 hour days every day, maximum, hitting all my hours. And then, yes, of course, I shall finish as soon as we hit July. That's me done for the rest of the year.
Wow.
But until then, I'm on as many hours as possible. Peter Bailey, are you attending Santa Pod this weekend? Because I still have your T-shirt, because obviously you moved address, so it's still sitting on the side there. If you're attending this weekend, let me know and I shall bring it along with me. Who else have we got in it? All of a sudden I've missed a fucking shitload of comments. What was that in the middle? Liam says, do you need a fat man driver? I think that was just abusing me about my car. Rob Lindsay, is someone going to be busy handing out T-shirts again? I certainly hope so. When are you doing hoodies again in large? It's fucking freezing in a T-shirt early season. This is a lie. I've been in shorts and T-shirt all day, even at 2 o'clock when I go to work in the morning. Yeah. 2 o'clock, go to work in my shorts and T-shirt. Fuck it. I don't know. I could put them on there if people want to order them, and then I just order them. Last year I just did them to order. That's the thing. Again, it was just money, and I was like, I ain't got the spare money to be putting it in there. If you want a 3XL, I think I've got a 3XL. I think the missus wants a pink hoodie. Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, the first things first is I will, for 4-door slammers, there will be the new collage T-shirt. There will be, I'm having a few displacement replacement T-shirts made. Obviously, if you're in the mega raffle, you should have got your T-shirt by now.
Yeah, I got mine.
For that taking fucking forever. I didn't get to see the T-shirt because they made a load and they were like, we've made all these T-shirts and they're wrong. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, so we're going to reprint them again. I was like, oh, okay. Whatever. But they never said what they did with the T-shirts, because I would, like before, when I had the hats done and I had a couple that went wrong, they just give them to me and we just threw them into the grandstand just to get rid of them. But yeah, never saw anything in the T-shirts. But So there will be those, and then there's I basically need to restock on a load of the t-shirts, but unfortunately they have all gone up in price. So they're all 22.50 on the website, and then if you buy them at Santa Pod, they will be 25. But obviously, if you buy them in advance, or you can buy two for 45, which makes them 22.50, if you know what I mean. But essentially, I just had to put them up. They were supposed to go up last year, but I just left it because I had a lot of stock. Yeah. Nikos, look, we got one of our Greek friends joining us. Good evening. I'm so gutted I missed Agrinio last weekend. I ended up having those days off, and so I could have gone Agrinio for those 3 days, but unfortunately I was working at Santa Pod on the Saturday, which is not a bad thing. But if I wasn't working at Santa Pod, I could have gone for the event. But sadly, I mean. I think the guys have put an event on now at the end of the year, so I might be able to go to Agrinio at the end of the year. I know Beardy wanted to go to Romania, but unfortunately, Romania moved their event, which was in September, and they moved it the weekend before, which makes it European final. So I can no longer go to Romania. Sorry, Beardy. You'll have to go on your own and just get all the content. And I'm going to go to. I'm in Italy that weekend. So.
Traveling the world, happy days.
Yes, that's it. Well, we're going to do European finals to Italy, race in Italy, and then go from Italy to Malta, and do Malta the weekend after, and then leave the car out there for November. That's the plan.
Cool.
That's the plan.
Interesting.
Right, so what we got? Rach Mobile says 2:30. If 2:30, the dentist's favourite time is their wedding, and then party in the fuelers bar. So what you're saying is there's not going to be many front-wheel drive racers testing on the Friday. Because a lot of people, imagine that first day of door slammers, I'm going to roll up in the tower, absolutely steaming.
You're the vicar. You got to be sensible.
Yeah, until they're married, and then after that, all hell breaks loose.
And you've done your
after that, I'll be the vicar running around with a bottle of vodka, going drink, drink, drink.
Blessing.
Now we have to be respectful. That there's going to be hopefully lots of family members there that are going to be like, "What the fuck is this?" Because I think there's lots of people obviously going along to their wedding.
Where have you found them?
That's it. Cool. No worries, right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll try and do it again. What I want to try and do now that because one of the things I promised to do was with the money. Obviously, we make a bit of money with the raffles, and so I've bought a Starlink for this year, and that costs fucking £90 a month to pay for the internet on that. So it means when we're at Santa Pod, I'll always have signal. So number one, we'll be able to do the live streams. And then number two, hopefully, when we get to some of the races, we'll do like a video like this where we might just sit in the truck and chat shit and just put it out there.
Nice.
Like Yams, not Yams, fucking Jams. The interview we had the other day where they sat together.
Yeah,
it was quite a good interview. It's always a lot better when you're not just looking at a computer screen.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's a bit more personal, and you can, get on with it.
Hopefully, we'll get a few more of them done. Steaming in the tower with the sun baking on the window. Hopefully, that is the plan. Right, guys. Thank you very much for watching again.
Cool.
We'll be back on Monday for Scott's Yam Yam Test Day. There is a few more places available if you want to come and test your car. Obviously, message Scott or go to the Yam Yam Racing group. And hopefully we'll have a good day on Monday. And again, if you haven't already seen, they're on there. The t-shirts, I'll post them on European Front Wheel Drive tomorrow. Please, if you want a t-shirt, pre-order. The majority of the t-shirts that are going to be there for door slammers are going to be pre-order only. I will probably top up each t-shirt with a few but there's not going to be that many because the money I need to spend needs to be spent on the race car, not t-shirts. Sorry. So,
Priorities.
hence what. So it's pre-order only, essentially. No worries. Right, it's gone 9 o'clock.
Cool.
It's past my
Good
bedtime.
talk. I will see you all
Everybody,
soon.
ciao, ciao. See you all on Monday. Go and buy some Hangar 30 raffle tickets as well, please. Bye-bye.